Here are some football teams that I think conference realignment absolutely destroyed their football program. And by the way, they are in no particular order. First of all, I got Virginia Tech because Virginia Tech did have a little success at the beginning of their tenure in the ACC, but recently, really the past 10 to 15 years, the success has not followed. Frank Beamer, yes, is a huge reason why probably the drop-off has happened, but I think you'd be a little delusional not to pin some blame on leaving the Big East, a conference that Virginia Tech was in probably the top four for pretty much its entire existence. Virginia Tech was a big-time player in the Big East, and they're not in the ACC right now. Next, I got Maryland and Rutgers. I'm going to pair them together. Their move to the Big Ten, it didn't make a ton of sense at the time. Neither of them were elite football programs, and the Big Ten has not helped either of them. They have been free wins for the Ohio States, Michigan, and Penn States of the world, and I don't see that changing in the future, and which kind of sucks because these guys do spend a lot. They should be competitive. They just never are. I think conference realignment certainly did not help them. Nebraska fans always say I hate them. I don't hate them. I love all of you, but you guys fit this mold perfectly. When you guys got to play Oklahoma every year in the Big 12, it was spectacular, and you guys were great. Once again, very similar to Virginia Tech. You guys had some success early on in the Big Ten, but lately it just hasn't happened. It doesn't look like it's necessarily going to happen soon, and their coaching luck it was a dry spell. Let's call it what it was. Since you guys have moved out of the Big 12, I certainly think moving to the Big 10 at least has some correlation with that. The reason I made this video is to talk about Georgia Tech. What Georgia Tech was in the Southeastern Conference was incredible. They were elite. They were one of the best coaches in college football. They were continuously at the top. And once they left, they've never been the same. They just haven't. The move to the independent and then to the ACC and all the movement that they had, it's killed their football program. And I think with the future of NIL being in Metro Atlanta, they're going to have an opportunity to be successful here in the future. They are an incredible academic institution, and that honestly does not help them. So maybe that's a little mix with conference realignment, but the fact of the matter is, since Georgia Tech's not been in the SEC, it has been a struggle fest today. If you made it this far, drop a follow, leave a like. Tomorrow, teams that were benefited most by conference realignment, a video will come out on them. Also, just a disclaimer, I know some of these teams were pushed out of their conference. I know at the time, for most of these teams, it did make the most amount of sense, but I'm saying long-term, it has been unfortunate.